Hi, second grade. Welcome back to another Eureka lesson. This is Eureka lesson 7. Let's go ahead and start off with our I can statements. Let's read together. I can match arrays to repeated addition equations. I can identify rows and columns of objects. Great. So let's go ahead and remember what are rows and columns. So I'm going to say a word and it's going to look a little silly, but I want you to show me if it's a row by putting both of your arms out. Make sure that you're not hitting anybody, that you're a safe space, or a column and you're going to put your arms up and down. So let's go ahead and start. Rows. Good. Rows. Ooh, did I trick you? What about columns? Good. Columns. Rows. Columns. Rows. Columns. Columns. Rows. Great. Our brains are nice and warmed up. Let's go ahead and dive into learning. So one of my first instructions is going to be to draw an array with 4 rows of 3. So I'm going to go ahead and click out of here. I'm going to make sure we don't have any distractions. Okay. So draw an array with 4 rows of 3. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to take my little gear here, and if it says 4 rows of 3, which way do rows go again? Do they go across or up and down? Right, they go across. So I'm going to start with building my 4 rows so I don't get confused. Row 2, row 3, row 4. Okay, and how many items did I need to put inside of there? 4 or 3? Right, 3. So 4 rows I have here of 3 items. So I have 1 item, 2 items, 3 items. Okay, and I'm just going to go ahead and I'm just going to move these guys down, make this nice and quick. Move them down and move them down. Something that I like to do is I have this black line here, and that's going to help me to visualize or see my rows better. So there's 1 row, 2 rows, 3 rows. And sometimes I like to just put a line down here just to see how many lines I have. You don't have to, that's just something easy that I like to do. So I have my 4 rows, 1 row, 2 rows, 3 rows, 4 rows of 3 items. 1, 2, 3, and I have 3 in each row. So now I'm going to write a repeated addition equation to match. I know I have how many groups? Ooh, I have 4 groups because I have 4 rows. 4 groups of how many are in each row? You said 3. Give yourself a pat on the back. Good job. So which number is going to be repeating, the 4 or the 3? If you said 3, nice work. How many times is my 3 going to repeat? How many groups of 3 did I have? Right, 4. So I have 3 plus a second group of 3 plus a third group of 3 plus a fourth group of 3 equals, well, I know that 3 plus 3 is 6, and I see 2 groups of 6 here, so that's really 12. Great. Let's try another one. Draw an array with 2 columns of 3. So, which way did columns go? Across or up and down? Go ahead and show me. Good. They go up and down. So to start with my 2 columns, I'm going to make sure that I am setting myself up for success here. I have 1, 2 columns. And how many gears did I need to put in there? Right, 3. So I have 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And you see mine aren't perfect, and that's okay. So just like I did with the rows, I'm going to use my line here to help me separate them. Again, you don't have to put one at the end here, but that just helps me see that I have 1 row and 2 rows of 3. So now I need to write a repeated addition equation to match. I know I have how many groups? How many columns did I have? Go ahead and tell me. Right, 2. And how many were inside of each of those groups? Great, 3. So I know I have 2 groups of 3. Which number is going to be repeated, the 2 or the 3? Right, the 3, because we're adding those 3s together. How many times are we adding those 3s? Right, twice. So 3 plus 3 equals, oh, that's too easy peasy for you guys. What is 3 plus 3? Right, 6. So this is one part of our lesson. The next part is, what if I wanted to change my array by adding a column? How could I do that? You're probably thinking, Miss Jones, this is too easy for me, and that's okay. I'm going to take my 1 column, and I'm just going to go ahead and add another. How many groups do you see? If you said 3, that's correct. How many are in each group? If you said 3, you are also correct. Can you tell me a repeated addition sentence that now would match this array? If you said 3 plus 3 plus 3 equals 9, say, good job, me. Okay. Now what happens if I was told to add a row here? How would that change? I know my rows go this way, so where would I have to add this? What do I have to do? Go ahead and tell me. Right. I would have to take one of my rows and go ahead and put it right at the bottom there. So how would you describe this array? How many groups are there? Right, 5. And how many are in each group? Good, 3. So how would I use a repeated addition sentence to describe this array? If you said 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 equals 15, you're right. Go and give yourself a high five. Yeah, we got it. Okay, so now your next job is to do lesson 7 problem set. And you may have noticed that some of them have now a choose your teacher. So this is just a click that you're going to add. Make sure you write your name so that you get credit. And there are 4 questions for you to answer. If you have any questions, make sure you tell your teacher. Until next time, second grade, bye-bye.